Well, joining us now is a man who spent 6 years in OPEC and has been voted the fourth most powerful person in energy. Fatih Birol is chief economist at the International Energy Agency, and he joins us now on this very special edition of The Pulse. It's good to have you. So I'm just wondering how you are going to be issuing your big long-term report. That'll be later on in the year. How do you expect the EU ban on Iranian crude imports for the first time? How are you expecting that to affect oil prices?
First of all, the ban will be enforced as of 1st of July, and we have still some time. And the clients of Iran have time to look for alternatives. And there are already some key Gulf countries who said that in case of a problem, they will be happy to increase their production. Key producers, and they are, what they say they did in the past to comfort the markets. So therefore, I think we all have to take note of that.
So, as you say, this ban doesn't come into force until the middle of the year, until July. So that gives European refiners time to secure alternative supplies. Is there going to be an issue with the quality of crude, though?
There may be some difficulties, but when you look at the suppliers around and their crude quality, I think this is not a major problem that we are going to face with. And I don't think that in terms of the quality of the crude and nor the volumes, we will have major problems when we look at the markets today.
So where do you think we'll be by the end of the year? Are we looking at, because we saw a bit of push and pull with the oil price last year, didn't we? Exactly. There have been ongoing concerns about demand because of the debt crisis here in Europe and other problems in the developed world, but then serious geopolitical risks. So this time next year, where are we going to be?
I think there are two factors which will determine the energy prices, oil prices. One is the geopolitics you mentioned, but the second one is the global economy, how the economy will be, especially US and European economy. And I can tell you that last year, oil prices averaged $111, and it is a historical high. And what does it mean? This means additional pressure on the trade imbalances of Europe. In the year 2008, that very awful year, the European oil import bill was about 350 billion, and in the year 2011 it reached $400 billion, putting additional pressures on the European economy. So therefore I see the current prices, even the current prices now, as a major risk for the economic recovery.
So, all right, so then where do you expect, do you think that this could become more of a risk as the year progresses? Do you think that we could see oil of, well, upwards of $110, $111 a barrel?
I hope, I don't know where it will be, but I hope that it will not go further up, as the risks will be even much more pronounced for the global economic recovery, especially for Europe.
What if Iran blocks the Strait of Hormuz?
I think there are many reasonable voices out there saying that in case of such problems, we all, the international community, will do the best in order to supply oil at the right time, at the right place.
But despite that, there will be a great deal of concern in the markets. I mean, already we're seeing concern on the part of oil traders just with this ban and what it's going to mean, say, how it's going to affect the premium that you pay on Russian crude compared to Brent. You know, there are already sort of movements happening in the markets, or they're not. And we're talking about, and this is a waterway that sees, what, a sixth of the world's oil supplies go through it, so it would have an impact.
It may well have an impact, and we don't know yet if it is going to happen, first of all, this. And we take this issue very seriously, the free flow of oil through choke points. And Hormuz is not excluded. And therefore, if such a situation happens, we will definitely look at it very carefully, how to respond to that.
Really interesting to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time. Fatih Birol, chief economist for the International Energy Agency.